What up, everybody? It is Thursday, so it is our last day remote at home when we should be at school. Tomorrow we will be at home, but we are at home every Friday. So everyone, Group A and Group B, will be on Zoom tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m. That means everyone. Olivia, you should be on Zoom today and tomorrow. Perseus, you should be on Zoom today and tomorrow. Everybody's on Zoom tomorrow, though. Everybody, Group A, Group B, everybody. And remember, if you're wondering, oh man, do I have to come because I don't like my camera on? You do not have to turn your camera on. I've decided that I'm not even going to ask you to turn it on even for 1 second to prove that you're there, because you can just talk or chat with me or whatever. So today we're going to work on lesson 7. Here's your entrance ticket. You should have read chapter 16. Not too hard. That's one chapter all week, considering that you should have finished chapter 15 last week. So chapter 16, that's all. You should have read it. If you didn't read it, go read it. It's going to ask you about vocabulary again. This one is metamorphosis. Go ahead and pull up a dictionary and figure that out. We're just practicing hard words. Here is the fun part, okay? You are preparing. So you are going to write an essay. It is your first full-length essay of the year, which is kind of sad considering that it's October. But with COVID and everything going on and me only teaching you 2 times a week and you being at home, it's been a little bit difficult to get through this. So this is your first full-length essay before we've written paragraphs and we've pieced things together. But you're going to write this all in one, and it's going to compare and contrast the movie, sucks, and the book, great. And so today, you're just taking notes on that fact. Now, you should have all watched the movie. If you don't have access to Disney Plus to watch a movie, that's totally fair. And so I have put links to watch the movie. It's kind of a janky version. Everything is backwards, and it has some ads on the website. But if you go full screen, you should be fine. So here's what you're doing. Today, I can demonstrate understanding of the excerpt from chapter 16, and I can compare and contrast what I see and hear when I read the text and what I perceive when I watch the movie of the scene of the same film. So this movie has a lot of differences. There's a lot of different weird things that happen in the movie and the book. But if you read chapter 16, they should be at the casino, and that is in the movie. Now, there's a part in the movie where they fight Hydra, which is the monster that you keep cutting off its head and it grows back and grows back and grows back. That is not in the book. So you're not going to have anything to compare that to. But the Medusa scene, which we've already talked about and compared, the scene where they go and do this, where they go to the casino, the scene where Percy Jackson learns that he's the son of Poseidon, all of Camp Half-Blood, when he fights the Minotaur, when his mom and Gabe and Smelly Gabe and all that jazz, that's all in the book and the movie. And so you can compare and contrast those things. That being said, you are going to now go ahead and tell me similarities from the book, differences from the book, and the impact on the viewer. Now, that's a little confusing. So let's go ahead and start here. What is something similar in the book and the movie? The movie scene and the book are both the same. They're all the same, right? He starts in New York. At some point, they get to Las Vegas, and then at some point, they end up in California. That is all the same. What is different from the book? Here we go. Here's one thing. So we're just putting one thing in this box. One thing that's the same. They're both in the scene. One thing that's different. Since we're sticking with setting on this one, the topic was setting, they don't ever make it to Colorado. So no Colorado, which is lame because it's an awesome state. No Colorado in the movie. They don't really show you very much that he's in New York until the very end of the movie. Not much about New York. They don't ever go to the beach. No Montauk. So those things. Now, what is the impact on the viewer? And what I mean by this is, what does the viewer notice is different? Well, if you read the book, then you got some pretty important information. When they're at Montauk, which I put a G, Montauk. When they're at Montauk, they get a very like big part of the scene where he learns about his dad. But the impact on the viewer is that somebody else has to tell you about his dad, and it ends up being Kyron telling him about his dad, not his mom. So it feels rushed. It feels rushed. It's not as exciting because there's not so many changes. They completely skip St. Louis. I'm going to put that in here. They skip St. Louis and the Arch. That's Louis. Louis, St. Louis. It feels rushed. It's not as exciting. There's less settings. So it's just kind of boring, right? That's all I want from you. That's not very difficult. So what you are going to go do is now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to do. And that's it. All you're doing today is taking 6 notes on what's the same and what's different in the movies. And you could talk about specific scenes. You could talk about setting, plot, character, action sequences, beginning, ending, middle, all of those things to pick from. Okay? So go ahead and go take notes on that. And I'll see you again for your math video.